evening, folks. It's your boy Halfree Speaks. We're gonna go ahead and jump in today with Queen. This song is actually called Flick of the Wrist. Now, I've done a reaction where there were 3 tracks, Flick of Wrist being one of them, bled into each other and became one continuous sound rampage. This is a song performed live 1974 at the Rainbow. Okay, live at the Rainbow 1974. We'll put it that way around. All right, guys. So if you are new and if you haven't already, go ahead, bang that subscribe. Go ahead, check out the playlist. That's what it's there for. Oops, I'm not going to say any more than that. All right, this is Queen. First time ever watching this video. Heard the song before, but it's been so long ago. And I will be referring to that Queen book right there next to me regarding Flick of the Wrist and its backstory, because I've never really delved deep into it. Based on your comments, I know it was based on their manager who was robbing them, who was actually stealing money out of their wallets to feed his own bad habits. And Queen found out about it and they weren't too pleased, naturally. So they put a song out there, and I believe the manager tried to pursue them in court regarding this song, saying it's defamation. You can't be doing that to my reputation. Well, if that's the case, my guy, don't go and stealing money from artists. Simple as that. What? Don't go ahead. Take more than you're worth. Take a bit. Setting up interviews, getting them on tour. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent. So first time listen, first time reaction to this video. Heard the song many moons ago, but let's jump in. Flick of the wrist, baby. I'm not going to flick my wrist, but type it in Google and type in UK swear words, flick of the wrist. You might get some images or videos about how it's really done, all right? The drum hits and then the melody comes in. Ba, ba, bam, 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 bam. Do you catch it? Here we go. Mesmerize you when he stops, I simply with those eyes. Synchronize your minds to see the peace within him rise. Down the back, down the back. I know it's not a lyric video. What do you say? Prostitute your bloody self. Something along those lines. That was fantastic. That was absolutely fantastic. Check it out. Woohoo! he's playing the keys. It's just simple right hand going on those notes, and he's like up, down, sharp, up, down, sharp, up, down, sharp. You know, he's very, very fast with that. A lot of high pace, a lot of aggression here, and that raw, distorted sound really sort of amplifies the song as being like a natural diss song. You know what I mean? That's it, folks. Seduce you with that money-making machine. And we're back to that melody again that I started off in the first instance. Remember that melody I caught? I was like, oh, I like that melody, how it drops in. We're back at it again here. Seduce you with this money-making machine. Collateralize. Use you to use that fake machine. And then the last goodbye. Think of the rest and today. Blowing a kiss at your man. Think of the risk, bleed your heart out. Digging the rip, and then I'm kicking the head. Figuring it out, taking the leg. All this time, honey. Baby, you've been had. That's it. Baby, you been had. Baby, you been had. That's what's up, folks. That's what's up with Queen right now. Don't play with them. Don't play with them. All right, folks. Did I do a lyric video to this one as well? Can't recall right now. But we're going to go ahead, jump into that book. Before I jump in, though, yeah, man. Melodies, everything right there was on absolute point. There's nothing. I can't really fault that. Can't not fault that. Cannot. Because at the end of the day, it's a reflection of what was happening to them, you know. And as musicians, natural artists should reflect what's happening to them. You can't really bottle up something. You know what I mean? Better to be out and vented instead of keeping it in. You know what I mean? So obviously they must have had discussions about this around the table and be like, you know, I wonder what that conversation must have gone like. Look, who was it? Freddie? Okay, chaps, I've made a song about that jerk off old manager of ours. But Roger Taylor. Oh, but I don't think it's appropriate. And Brian, well, how did that conversation go? You know, it's quite interesting to see, because I know for a fact Brian and Roger are very, very cautious about how they present Queen, how their fans perceive Queen as a rock band and not a funk band, which is quite clear with when Freddie was in Milton Keynes. I've done a reaction when he was doing Staying Power, and he said, don't get confused, y'all. We're not a funk band. We're still rock and roll, but we've gone this way, i.e. with the Hot Space album, and Brian and Roger weren't too keen on it. So I'm quite interested to see or hear about, if you guys know how that conversation went, what were they saying about it? Oh, that's not our image. We don't want to be put a diss song out there. We just want to keep it about the music, baby. Freddie saying, nope, I'm going to do it. I want to put the song out. I need to let it vent. Who was it? Who actually pushed this forward? You know what I mean? Considering how conservative Brian and Roger are with the brand Queen. You know what I mean? Being a rock and roll group. All right, let's jump in. We're going to check the book out. Okay, now it just sprung to my mind. I never read the book for the All Dead reaction. Well, I'll have to get back to that at some point. So check it out. So Freddie Mercury, lead vocals, backing vocals and pianos. Brian May, electric guitar, backing vocals. John Deacon, bass. Roger Taylor, drums, tambourine and backing vocals. Okay, so when Queen recorded Sheer Heart Attack in the summer of 1974, this is Genesis right here, the relationship between the band and Trident was still running smoothly, though resentment was mounting against the Sheffield brothers. In the lyrics to Flick of the Wrist, Freddie revealed the first source of discontent with the label's bosses. They paid the musicians a salary of only £20 a week, keeping them in a financial precarious lifestyle. While the band had not yet achieved total success, it was enjoying a growing level of fame, and the financial situation of the band members was out of step with that of its producers. All right. So, on October 11th, the Killer Queen single was released in the UK. There was no B-side on the reverse. Instead, the group offered a second track on the A-side, and that track was Flick of the Wrist. Perhaps the band wanted to offer two effective songs in a row in a bid to double their chances of attaining a good placement on the charts, or perhaps they were thumbing their noses at the record company that imposed too strict a financial burden on the members of the group. Okay, so production. Let's jump on. There's a bit more. Okay, the title of the song. I'll read it. The title of the song refers to a gesture made in signing a contract, which, according to the narrator, would have terrible consequences. Flick of the wrist, and you're dead. Oh, so flick of the wrist, as in you're signing the contract. Okay, I thought it was to do with actually flicking the wrist and cursing at them, so to speak. All right. Oh, yeah, Tassa. Okay, so anyway, go back into this. Freddie Mercury, hang on, flick of the wrist, and you're dead. The time for settling scores was fast approaching, and the images and metaphors used by Freddie Mercury are nothing compared to the venomous Death on Two Legs dedicated to that would open up the next album. Nevertheless, the rage is clearly there when he writes, "Prostitute yourself," he says, "castrate your human pride, sacrifice your leisure days, let me squeeze you until you've tried." All right. Production. As mixed as its success was, Flick of the Wrist is nevertheless an incredible, effective track, and the version played at the Rainbow Theatre in London, November 1974, is one of the best expressions of the song's power. Its guitar flourish at the end, complete with the wild riff and drum backing, easily outdoes the album's smooth transition into Lily of the Valley, which appears as the next track, which I did. Yeah, it bleeds through, right? Great piece of underrated pop rock. Flick of the Wrist is divided into two distinct parts. The verses are heavy and aggressive, sung by Furious Freddie, who accompanies himself on the piano and on the backing vocals, which are worthy of the great FM hits of the 1980s, Freddie Mercury hits. Okay, so it goes on about the production, and yeah, the production of it, like I told you, it's a neat song, and wow, coincidentally, I reacted to the best version of it, which was Live at the Rainbow. It says here, thanks to its unstoppable melody and its compact, powerful sound, the track is very close to those released on the News of the World in 1977. The Flick of the Wrist never became one of Queen's biggest hits. It does offer a testament as to why the musicians chose to abandon the prog rock experiment of their first two albums in favour of the more powerful approach to performing. So they're probably, it struck a nerve, they were doing all the prog rock kind of vibe, which is true, Org Battle, Lily of the Valley, that kind of thing, Testament Funster, I think that's the correct name. Very experimental, very prog rock, i.e. progressive rock, alright? So I've learned that. But maybe this song, they realised, wow, we got a lot of power in this song, and we've enjoyed performing it. And this could have been perhaps one of the domino effect to sort of ricochet them into sort of more aggressive, more anthem-like sounds as a result of their experience with the management. All right, folks, that was my reaction. Make sure you are staying safe, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next one.